Hi everyone, N.A.T here, and welcome to Music in Progress, my series where I share the tracks that I'm working on and my journey as an artist. So, today we're working on this track, which is still called with this strange name, literally just a beat because it started from literally just a kick and a snare that I liked. But it is pretty complete and advanced already. So, and I already know kind of what I want to work on with this track, but let's give it a little listen to the most important sections. Let's go. Let's also listen a little bit to the breakdown. Okay, and a little bit the second drop. There is a sound I really like here. Let's listen. Okay, so this is what we have so far, and you can listen to this track here on SoundCloud. There's the link in the description of this video to this track and also to my music that I released if you want to stream it. But yeah, this song I'm working on, it's on SoundCloud as a music in progress, and I will be updating it with next episodes. And if I manage to finish it, I will also release it. And this track, I really do like it, and I really would like to release it. You know, it's one of those rare tracks that I really like to listen back to. you know. So what I had in mind here was to fix a couple things. So to fix kind of this main sound here, which is a silent one sound, should be this one. Let's see. Yeah, so this sound here. And I just wanted to make it shine a little more. I think the sound design, it's a little dull. And also, I wanted to fix the breakdown of the song. Not to fix it, actually, but to add something, because it's missing a little bit of melody, I guess. It just has these silent one chords here that are really simple, maybe too simple, you know. So before I forget, let me actually do this right now. Let me add this melody I'm hearing in my head. Like this. So let's open up Silent One. Silent One, it's my favorite synth. Uh, sometimes with external processing, with adding effects, I can make it sound cool. Like all the sounds in this song are Silent One. For example, the bass is really cool, and sometimes I even do my drums. I even synthesize my drums using Silent One. And also, all the drums you're hearing here, I made them myself. And I like to do my own drums, my own effects, basically my every single sound in my songs, because I think it gives a more of a unique style, you know. So the drums sound like this. As you can see, there are these little cool hi-hats, and these ones that make for a really cool pattern. And also the snare is really cool because it has this pre-shift thing that makes it like go. If I mute them, it sounds like this, and if I unmute it, it sounds like this. A little bit of that, and the kick is my kick here. All right, so and the bass, by the way, forgot to say. As you can see, it's Silent One, patch from Silent One. Actually, this is the brass layered on top of the bass, and this is the bass, which also has a supporting sub. But here it is. I think I really nailed the sound design with this one. But this sound underneath needs a little bit of fixing. But let's go back to that breakdown and just add that melody I was hearing. So let's just write it. It's a little loud. Let me turn it down. Okay. Sorry, it's still too loud for you, I know. So let me turn it even more, make it even quieter. So, So it should be like this. Okay, and now I need to loop it like this, I guess. Yeah, so let's listen in context. Let me actually do this, let's make this sequence longer, so let's elongate the length of the clip to 4 or even 8, and let's loop this now even more, like this. Nah, okay. Like this, let's go on, up until here, and let's listen how it sounds. Oh, okay. At some point this clip should like loop, but I don't know where. And also At some point I should change the notes here, but let's leave it like this here. Maybe add a little bit of reverb that we have here available already, and a bit of filtering. Okay, let's actually record this automation. Yeah, like just like this. Let's go. Okay, and let me actually copy, and I know it was silent here, but let me copy this and put it here. Let's see how it sounds. I should actually start from this section, I guess. Let's try this. Okay, so let's loop it now all the way. Let's make it a little fatter by adding some other oscillators. Good. Now let's make it a little more present with, I don't know, let's try some OTT. Let's see how it sounds with OTT, but there's the danger that it will sound then unbalanced. Like in the last episode of Music in Progress, I was trying to rebalance a sound that I made basically based on an OTT, of putting OTT on it. It kind of made it sound better, but also a little unbalanced in a natural way. I mean, on the spectrum, as you can see. Let's just check how it sounds here by itself first. Okay, and in context now. Okay, kind of a sad melody. Man, I do a lot of that, unfortunately. But you know, it's just what I like to. It's just what comes out of me, I guess. Actually, let's not open up too many reverbs, and let's turn it down and add some more reverb here. And I also was hearing in my head some different notes we could try here. So let's try them. Something like that. And also, I was hearing in my head some grain delay. Let's try it. Hope I hope it won't sound too weird, and let's also add some high pass. Well, kind of weird as always with me. So you can definitely see I'm having more fun with this song. You know, sometimes it's more fun to work on a song, and some other times it's kind of a pain in the ass, and maybe you're riding a dead horse, as Dead Mouse says. um, I wanted to put this note even more down. Let's just experiment. Okay. And now let's, for last thing, last cool thing here. Surely not the last thing I will try, but let me actually try to use some detune here. I don't know, but sometimes I think this kind of makes it sound like 90s trance supersaw, you know, using, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong. And also I want to tame a little bit those mids there, below 1K. So let's go and put this like this, and see this blue column. Let's tame it. And also maybe the highs as well. And let's also use upward compression. I think some people get this wrong, you know, because they call this like downward or whatever. But here's the thing, now I understand what you should call what. So basically when you're compressing, so there are compressors and expanders. And compressors, if I'm not mistaken, compressors compress the dynamic range, while expanders expand the dynamic range. Okay, so when you're doing this and going like this down, you're compressing. But when you're going up, you're expanding. Okay, and in the same way here, if you're doing this, you're not expanding. Okay, you're actually compressing. You're still compressing the dynamic range, you know, because you're, by pushing up um, softer, quieter sounds, you're compressing the dynamic range. But when you do this instead, now you're expanding the dynamic range. So this is upward compression. This is upward compression, okay? And this is downward compression, I guess. And this is upward expansion, I guess. And this is downward expansion, okay? I hope I said this right. If I didn't say this right, I think somewhere there the right information is there. Maybe it needs to be reordered. But yeah, wait, I lost too much time there. But anyways, I wanted to try to also use some upward compression to also compress even more, because there's a lot of variation now in this sound. That's A and B now, the sound. We can quickly do this, actually. We can duplicate it, and here we can disengage this multiband, and here we can keep it on and bounce these tracks in place and kind of see the difference with our eyes and see if the compression I did the right thing. Yeah, so there's some output level missing, but as you can see, the sound is definitely more compressed, and that's awesome. So I don't think I should now work on video on this, because this might take a little too much time to actually figure things out better, but I will work on them, and when I export the track, you will be hearing it on SoundCloud. But now so I will finish editing the sound later, and you will hear it on SoundCloud. Now let's do that second thing I wanted to work on, which is this sound. Give it a little more spice. And let's try to do that with some OTT. Always OTT. So let's use the AU5 trick, Command F, OTT, and do this. Did it work? Yes. Good. Now how do you get... Okay. So let's hear if it makes it more spicier. A lot. Too much, definitely. Of course, I will dial this amount down, and let's see how much. In context, actually. I'm actually digging this a lot. I hope it doesn't sound like too compressed, but I'm like, wow, yeah. I am digging it like that, honestly. Let's just see if we need to filter something after adding this OTT. Let's just see with an... and by the way, maybe I should have put it before this reverb. Let's try. Okay, now let's see if we need some filtering in the low. Now we're good. And now we're good like this. So now let me save this already because we are done basically. I just want to do I just want to add a little detail in the part that switches from the breakdown to the second drop. But first let me save this so I don't lose anything, even though I really created a setup here that's very safe. I have a UPS battery here that saves me in case of a blackout, so I don't lose my project. And I also have my super mega power strip here, professional with that the switch, you know, that saves you from current. I don't know the right term for that, but go watch my video about my studio, where I show you my studio tour. So I saved this, and now I just want to add a little detail here before going into the second drop, which I should actually highlight for you so you can see it. Let's add a locator and type in drop 2. So just want to add a little filter in the bass. Let's go and listen. Okay. By the way, this sound has the. Let me map this here. 1 second. Okay, done. So I can stop the playback of the delay every time, so I can speak. Okay. All right, so let's try to add that filter. Right here. So we can get creative and just use auto filter, and I don't know, let's use like resampling. Sounds cool, and that's just automated on and off here to be on only here. Let's hear how that sounds. Pretty cool, I will say. So I think we're done here for today. Let's export this. And by the way, I actually disengaged the oversampling here. Should leave it on the limiter that's working the most here, because during recording I was afraid that this project wouldn't work well with the limiter with oversampling on. Let's try, let's see. Now it does, surprisingly enough, because I have a very powerful computer. So, okay, I will export this. So let's export it with today's date in the right folder, which is here in sound palettes. I actually call sound palettes the song, the kind of music in progress stuff that I'm doing. And here, let's export it so we can also see how it looks. I'll be back in a second. And in the meanwhile, while it's exporting, I want to remind you that I am as well on Spotify. You can listen to my releases there. They are a little old. Not old for me, you know, from 2020, but in terms of what I'm doing now, But there are some songs I really like Focus. And I'm also on Apple Music, as you can see. Here are all my releases. This is my last song I released last year. Okay, are we done? Not yet. And we're done. So let's drag and drop this here. So when I open the project, I can always reference to the last version. Let's give it a little listen. And this will be uploaded on my SoundCloud here for you to listen. I just realized I exported it without a reverb and delays, so I will re-export it again and upload it on SoundCloud. That's why it sounded a little dry. That was kind of weird, in fact, for me. But anyways, that was it for today's episode. Thank you for watching and see you next time.